I was recently asked how I cut the groove for the tongue and groove joint on my plane soles, and wanted to share a technique that works very well for this and many other applications. I use a standard 24 TPI hacksaw blade to create the groove. I use a spacer under the blade. In this case it's a steel rule. The thickness of this spacer will vary depending on the thickness of the sole being cut. Ideally the spacer wants to be metal, but a hard timber will also work. For this piece of 3mm steel, I aim to have the hacksaw positioned just under halfway of the thickness of the piece. This way I can make an initial groove, then flip the piece over and make another cut to widen the groove and make it central to the piece's thickness. I lay the spacer on a flat piece of MDF and then place the hacksaw blade on top of it. I then clamp a piece of timber on top of the blade, leaving about 3mm of teeth protruding past the timber. This acts as a depth stop for the groove. I use a scrap of wood to help pull the piece across the teeth. I find pulling works better than trying to push the workpiece. The groove is a little tricky to get started as the teeth bite into the metal, but once you get the groove established it becomes easier to pull across the teeth. Just persevere at the start. Once you've cut so far down, you can flip the piece over and repeat the process to widen the groove and ensure it's centered in the piece. If a wider groove is required, the spacer can be increased and the process repeated. This is a more time-consuming process, but is very accurate and repeatable, and if done with care, little to no filing of the groove is needed. Once the groove is cut, I would match the tongue to it. A similar setup could be used to create the tongue, but I find hand filing is preferable. I hope you found this quick video helpful, and I'll see you at the next one. Cheers!